and Laila, and we are going to read a story today about St. Patrick's Day. But first, girls, did you remember your passports? Awesome, because we are going all the way to Ireland. Okay, Gabby, show us the Irish flag. There it is right there.
Ireland.
The flag of Ireland. And what colors are on that flag?
Green, white, red.
Well, actually, that's
orange.
That's
like
right.
Orange right here.
That's right. Now, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland who brought Christianity, the good news about Jesus Christ, all the way to Ireland. Before he got there, nobody knew about Jesus. I know.
How could they?
I know. So it was really, St. Patrick is really super important. Okay, so have y'all ever been to a St. Patrick's Day parade?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, those are fun.
They are fun.
I did it with her.
You did? And everybody wears what color?
Green.
And if you don't wear green, what happens?
Pinch.
That's right, you get pinched. Okay, so, and you also see a lot of shamrocks. Laila, show us your shamrocks. That's right. And shamrocks are for luck. Now, there's a little rascal that's known to come out around St. Patrick's Day. They're kind of like fairies in Irish folklore. And they're called what?
Leprechauns.
Leprechauns. And they're kind of like mischievous, aren't they?
Yes, they make mischief all over the place.
Yeah, and they like to trick people and hide things and goodness. Well,
aren't you glad you don't have a leprechaun in your house?
They might hide
Like, are
the
you
car.
right?
They
Well,
might
I mean,
steal it.
you never know. They might show up because today is St. Patrick's Day. Just saying. Okay, friends, before we have our St. Patrick's Day cupcakes and start our celebration, we want to share our story with y'all today. Okay, Laila, can you tell us the title of our story?
The leprechaun who lost his rainbow.
That's right. We forgot to mention that rainbows are pretty important for leprechauns, right? What do they do?
They hide gold at the end of the rainbow in a pot.
That's right. That's right. So the next time you see a rainbow, friends,
Whoever goes to the end of the rainbow can get it, but no one's ever went to the other side of the rainbow.
I know. Well, let's see if they go there today. Okay, who's the author of our story? Let's see. Look at this. Look at the
It was
page.
seen. I don't know.
Sean Callahan.
And then illustrated by
Nancy Coates.
Coates. Very good.
Coates.
Very good. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all one thing. The name of our leprechaun in this story is Roy G. Bibb. Now, has anybody ever heard that name before? I have. Have y'all ever heard your name before?
Yeah.
Let me say this. Your art teacher may have told you about Roy G. Bibb.
It means all the colors in the rainbow.
That's right. Ta-da! Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
What's
So
the
good.
color indigo?
Well, it's
know what
kind
the
of
color
like
indigo?
it's kind of like between light blue and dark blue.
Yeah.
I mean, no, light blue and violet. So kind of in between blue and purple. That's what indigo is. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, all right, that sounds good. Okay, here we go, friends. Okay, I think we're ready now.
Sorry.
Okay. There he is dancing on his pot of gold.
Okay. In the soft drizzle that was falling on St. Patrick's Day,
Colleen.
Colleen wished her grandfather good luck. He gave her a piece of red licorice, her favorite candy, and then he was off to the parade to play the bagpipes.
Okay.
Her grandfather had told Colleen that the notes he and his bandmates played were like colors on the air. Colors only your ears could see. Playing music is like building a rainbow, he said. A little man I once knew taught me that.
I wonder if the little man is Roy G. Bibb.
Her mom and dad were going to watch the parade from the window. but Colleen sat on the porch under her yellow umbrella. What if I rained so much that everyone went home and no one heard her grandfather's
Bagpipes.
That would be a shame. His music was so beautiful and so sad it made people smile and cry at once. To pass the time, she played a song on her green penny
On her green penny whistle.
Which had a tiny symbol printed on it. Her grandfather had brought it all the way from Ireland. It was her favorite thing in the world, and she never let anybody touch it.
Okay, now I'll read this page. Okay, well, I'll buddy read together. When she finished the tune, she took a bite of her licorice. Just then, a man appeared on the step. He was a leprechaun. Oh no, friends, trouble has just arrived. I like your penny whistle, he said. You played very well. Colleen started to say thank you when suddenly the leprechaun jumped into the air and took the licorice stick right out of her mouth. He dropped it into his hat. Thank you, he said. I'll be needing that for my name's Roy G. Bibb. It's just this it's just the shade of red I was looking for.
Colony was shocked. What are you doing? She shouted. Give me my candy. The leprechaun frowned. Your grandfather was much more helpful. You know my grandfather? Colleen asked. Yes. We created a rainbow together back when he was a boy. Mr. Bibb explained. Colleen was puzzled. Could this be the little man her grandfather talked about? Mr. Bibb looked glum. I've lost my rainbow again, and my gold is at the end of it. To be a leprechaun is good standing. I must have gold, so I need someone to build a rainbow. He paused. That someone is you.
Colleen frowned. Leprechauns were tricky. Everyone knew that. Could Mr. Bibb be telling the truth? Let me show you something, the leprechaun said. Spin round with the hat and watch what happened. She twirled around holding the hat. Suddenly a streak of bright red, just the color of her licorice, sprang out of the hat, hung in the air for a moment, and then disappeared. Colleen was amazed.
I think the rainbow is starting to happen, friends. See? Mr. Bibb said, we're starting to make a rainbow, and if there's a rainbow, the sun will come out to shine on the parade. Colleen took a deep breath. What do we do? For every color, I need something that belongs to you. Something red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Colleen looked around. But there was her orange basketball. She hated to give it up, but she tossed it into Mr. Bibb's hat. And immediately an orange streak shot up. You want me to read this since it's little? You read it.
She gave him her yellow umbrella. Yellow curved under the orange. When her blue ribbons went in, a beautiful blue appeared.
What's happening?
We have to do something. Appeared. There we go. I have more action into it.
I like that.
Next to go were her indigo headband and finally her favorite violet scarf.
Good.
Oh. She's doing other stuff.
Now there was a rainbow of colors coming out of the hat. But something was wrong. Can y'all tell what it is? Right between the yellow and the blue, there was an empty space. Colleen knew which color was missing. Yes, we need green, Mr. Bibbs said. And not just any green, Colleen. It's a very hard color to find, which is why rainbows are so rare. It was raining harder. The parade goers were starting to leave. Colleen was nervous. What would the leprechaun want? What does he want?
You're going to have to make one more sacrifice. Last. Mr. Bibbs said, I'm going to need your penny whistle with the shamrock on it. That green is the last perfect color I need for my rainbow. Colleen started to cry. No, she said, clenching her precious penny whistle. My grandfather gave it to me, but Colleen, dear, if you give me the penny whistle, you and I can make the sun shine on this parade and on your grandfather, said Mr. Bibb, pleading. Colleen held the penny whistle to her lips and blew one last sad note. She paused and then dropped the penny whistle into the leprechaun's hat.
I know that was hard for her to do, wasn't it? But she loved the penny whistle.
In a flash, the rain stopped. The sun burst through the clouds in a rainbow complete with the most beautiful shade of green ever spread across the sky.
Wow. I think she made a good choice. The parade goers gazed up in wonder, and Colleen's grandfather began to play the bagpipes. The music was so beautiful and sad that people smiled and cried at the same time. Nobody noticed that a pot of gold had appeared at the end of the rainbow, right on Colleen's front lawn. Roy G. Bibb dug his hand into the pot of gold and pulled out a flute that looked just like Colleen's penny whistle. But it wasn't a toy. It was a real one, made of silver, and there was a shamrock on it that looked like Colleen's, only this one was made of emeralds. Those are valuable stones. Thanks for sharing with me, Mr. Bibbs, he said as he handed Colleen the flute. And with that, he and his pot of gold were gone. Colleen's grandfather stood in front of her. Who was that you were talking to, he asked. Roy G. Bibbs, she said. He's a leprechaun. I thought I recognized him, her grandfather said. He gave me this flute, Grandpa. Aw, 'tis a nice one, silver, just like my bagpipes. What do you say we play a tune? So together they played. When Irish eyes are smiling, the colors danced on the air. The end.
That was a perfect.
Did you love the story? Okay, I loved it too. Now guess what, friends?